first information that I had about the Cabarrus Rotary Club was when I received a phone call one day from Bob Meisenhammer. And Mr. Meisenhammer said, we're the Concord and Kannapolis Rotary Clubs have come together to form a new club that will be a morning club that we're getting organized, and we're going to have an organizational meeting, and we would like for you to be there. Well, respecting Mr. Meisenhammer as I do, and him being my elementary school principal, my response was, yes sir, Mr. Meisenhammer, I'll be there. And so he gave me the time and date of that meeting, which I believe was in June of 1985. So I went on about my way on that, and then a few days later I got a phone call from Troy Day, another person who I very much respect in the community and has done a lot of things for me over the years. And he said, have you received a call from Bob Meisenhammer? And I said, yeah. He told me about the meeting. He said, well, we've been talking, and we think you need to be the secretary of this new club that we're organizing. You know, my thoughts were, well, I never even agreed to be a member. I just agreed to come to the meeting. Both the Concord and Kannapolis clubs had invited folks from the community to come in to gauge their interest in being involved in a new club. It was a great meeting. I knew a lot of folks there, and a lot of folks knew each other. And they had representatives from both of the clubs there. I think Mike Coltrane headed up that effort for the Concord Club, and Troy Day for the Kannapolis Club in their expansion committee. I met Buddy Burrell there at that organizational meeting. At the time, he worked with Mike Coltrane at First Charter Bank and had some previous experience in Rotary, was a new guy in town, and they had recruited him to be our charter president of the club. And I think it was the responsibility of the organizational committee to get the president and the secretary to handle the business of the provisional club while they were going through the process of chartering. Our charter was officially issued on September the 11th, 1985, and we had our chartering night on October the 22nd of 1985. Had a lot of folks from the district that were there that had been involved in helping with the club. We were actually in a different Rotary district than we are in today, which involved a lot of folks north of us in High Point and Greensboro and up in that area. So it was a great event. We met, we had our organizational meeting at what was then the Holiday Inn in Concord. I think it's now a Howard Johnson, but that location was selected specifically because of where it was. It sat right next to 85, right on the Concord-Kannapolis line, and that was one of the things that we decided early on in the club. We wanted to try to be a county-wide club. You know, we were, in a matter of 4 or 5 months, we were off and running, and I'm just delighted and thrilled that we're still at it 25 years later.